Hi there, welcome back. Younes Charfaoui is here, and in this video and always in the series about Kotlin for beginners, we will learn about functions, how to declare them, how to call them, and so on. So let's get started. Always with an empty project, let's get started. So to define function, we have to use the keyword fun. Fun is a fundamental keyword, okay? It means function, by the way. Now you have to put here the name of that function. Let's say I want to put function that adds two things, add, and I will put the parentheses, and I will put 2 points here. Here I want to add the return type of this function. Let's say I want to put int, and then you create the body of this function. Now this add will get called, and the result of this function will return an int. Okay, if you want to declare a function that's return nothing, you can delete that. That's one option. Second option is to make it return unit. Unit is the same thing as void in Java. In Java, you have to type the keyword void to make sure that this function is returning nothing. But in Kotlin, you can make it like that. But we want to return something. We want to return an int. Now, this function will receive two things, the first number and the second number. These are called the arguments of the function, or the parameter of the function. Now you can't declare them here by using x of type int. You have to declare the name of the variable and its type. The second type, or the second variable here, is y and an int. Okay, now we want to do a process to these two numbers. We want to put x plus y, and we want to return this. So we use the keyword of return. So this function will get x and y, it will add them and return. If you delete that, you'll have compilation error. It says that type mismatch required unit, because suppose you are returning nothing, but found int. So we have to repeat them here. Now to use this function, you can use the add like that. You give it 1 and 5. And if you are, well, basically it will do nothing because you are doing nothing here. You can store that result in a variable. You can that, let's say result equal like that, and then you can print it. Print learn, and you see it is 6 because 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, well, you can use it directly here and delete that, run it, and always it will print 6. Let's change it to make it work, to make sure it is working correctly. 12, and this is the right output. Okay, now there is many things that goes here with Kotlin functions. You can do many things. Well, if you have one expression in your function, let's say that your function has only one line. What you can do here is you can delete that from here, delete that return, delete those brackets, delete also that thing, and make it equal x plus y directly. If you run it, let's say put 77, run it, and it will print 14. Great. If you type, let's say x multiplied by y, it will print 49. So this is it. This is how you can work with functions. There is a lot that goes with function. There is something called default parameters and named argument. We'll be talking about that in the next video, hopefully. Something else you can also do with function. Well, the result of that function, let's say that this function return int. You want to do something to that int. Well, you can always use that int to call other functions or that on that result. You can put the dot here. By using the dot, you can all call the functions. And here you can use all the functions that the int provides. Let's say that this function will return a string. Okay, this function return a string. We put it as an expression. Now you can use all the function that string provide. Let's use, for example, to lowercase, like that. But let me just put something here. Let me put A, B, C, and D. Well, it does not use these two, just for the example. If you run it, it will return A, B, C with lowercase. Okay, so this is an example to show that we can use the result of the function and call other functions. Now, something else with function, let's go back to our first implementation. Now, this x and y are immutable values. You can't change it. You can just put y equal 10. it won't work because y is immutable. So make sure that all the parameters always are immutable. Okay, if you want to copy that number, let's say you have to declare another type, let's say y2 for example, or the intent of that variable, and start with y. And then you can work with y2 to do many things. Also, the visibility of if you declare the variable here, let's say I call it z equal to 20, you can't use that 20 elsewhere. You can use that z here, okay? Because the visibility of this variable is available only to that scope of the variable, or that scope of the function. Because the visibility of that variable is visible to all the scope of this function and not beyond. So this is it for the video of today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below. Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.